This is going to be about the changeable ism. Because in the previous lesson, we learned about how the end of an ism can take a different harakah depending on its role in a sentence. It might end with a fatha, it might end with a dhamma, it might end with tanween, it might end with a kasra, it depends. This is called the changeable ism. And then in the next lesson, we'll learn about the ism that never changes. It's always written the same. All right, it says, we learned in previous lessons that an ism may end with dhamma, fatha, or kasra depending on its role in a sentence. In this lesson, we will learn what state an ism is said to be in relation to those endings. Number one, we're going to talk about the state of marfu'. State of marfu'. And the state of marfu' is going to end with dhamma. Then we have the state of mansub. It ends with a fatha. And then the third state is majroor. Majroor, and this ends with the kasra. So for example, we're going to use this word here as an example. At-talib, the student. Okay, it's an ism. It has a complete meaning but no relation to time. If I say kharaja at-talibu, then kharaja is a fi'l. It means exited. At-talib means the student. So this sentence means the student exited. Which harakah did at-talib end with in this sentence? At-talib ended with, very good, dhamma. So because at-talib is an ism and it ended with dhamma, what state is at-talib in? What state is at-talib in this sentence? It's in a state of marfu'. It's in a state of marfu'. Very good. Now we're going to see how at-talib is a changeable ism because we're going to watch how the ending changes. Daraba al-waladu at-taliba. Who can translate this for me? Daraba is the masculine form of hit. Okay? Hit. Hit. Al-waladu means the boy. At-taliba means the student. So because at-talib takes a fatha, what state is this ism in? What is the state of this ism? Very good. This is in the state of mansub. Mansub. And we can see it's a changeable ism. Why? Because we see it's changing. We see it's changing. Here it took a dhamma. Here it took a fatha. Why? Because of its role in the sentence. Marfu', dhamma, this is the default state. If there's nothing making it take another harakah, it's going to end with dhamma. In this sentence, it's taking a fatha. Why? Because it's the object of the transitive fi'l. The student was hit in this sentence. And if the student was hit, if he's the object, then it has to take a fatha. Now the next final state we have is majroor. So the habtu means I went. This is a fi'l. It has a complete meaning and a relation to time. The habtu, I went. Ila, what part of speech is ila? Ila means to. It doesn't have a complete meaning on its own. Therefore, it is a harf. And specifically, very good, it's a harf jar. At-talib, the student, is an ism. Dhahabtu ila talibi. I went to the student. Why is at-talib taking a kasra? At-talib is taking a kasra because it's coming after a harf jar. So because at-talib is taking a kasra, what state is it in? Very good. It's in a state of majroor. So just to summarize this lesson, we are talking about the changeable ism. The changeable ism. There's three parts of speech in Arabic: the fi'l, ism, and harf. The ism has a complete meaning but no relation to time, like nouns, names, adjectives. Okay, so the ism that we are using as an example in this lesson is at-talib, which means the student. And we are using this as an example in three different sentences where we see that it's changing. This is showing us that there is something in Arabic called the changeable ism. Okay, depending on its role in the sentence, the ending harakah is going to change. And when we see that ending, when we see a dhamma, a fatha, or a kasra, it's going to tell us something about the role that this word is playing in the sentence. By default, an ism is going to end with dhamma, okay? That's the default. Unless there's something making it take something else, an ism is going to end with dhamma. In this lesson, we're learning that is called marfu'. That means that it is in a state of marfu'. Okay, this will help us speak about it. This will help us mention, okay, what state is this in? It's in a state of marfu'. The second type is called mansub. This is when it takes a fatha. Okay, if we see an ism taking a fatha, that means it's in a state of mansub. State of mansub. And these are general rules. Okay, for those experts out there who are more advanced, we're going to learn exceptions to rules in the future, inshallah. You got to take it a step at a time. Okay? So when we see a changeable ism ending with a fatha, we'd say that it is in a state of mansub. Now, we mentioned by default it's going to end with dhamma, and it's only going to take something else if there's a reason, if there's something making it take something else. What is making a talib take a fatha in this sentence? A talib is taking a fatha in this sentence because, as we learned in the previous lesson, the object of a transitive fi'l is going to take a fatha. Okay? This sentence means the boy hit the student. Okay? The student was hit. Because the student was hit, it's going to take a fatha. Okay? The boy knocked that dhamma into a fatha. And we would say that is in a state of mansub. The third state is called majroor, and it means it takes a kasra. Okay? The third state is majroor, it takes a kasra. Again, the default is a dhamma. So we see it taking a kasra. There's a reason, there's something making it take a kasra. What is making this take a kasra? It's taking a kasra because it comes after a harf jar. If you find this difficult, the only reason you're finding it difficult is because I have gone beyond your level. I guarantee you, inshallah, anyone who isn't, maybe they're finding it confusing, if I take it one lesson at a time, one step at a time with you, and you do the work and you put in the time and effort, it's not going to be difficult. All right, so that is the summary of this lesson. We basically want you to understand very quickly that there is a changeable ism in Arabic, and the changeable ism can be said to be in three different states. You have marfu', meaning it ends with dhamma, mansub, ending with fatha, and majroor,